I'm Dan Pavlonis, Senior Market Strategist here at RJO Futures, here to talk about the currency markets. Well, we've seen a pretty wild market over the last couple of days in the dollar index, and the strength in the dollar index has seemed to be dissipated a lot because of the expectations of the Fed raising rates this year have slimmed down a lot. In my view, if the Fed can't raise rates this year, when are they ever going to be able to raise rates? The bonds are still pricing in higher interest rates. Maybe that gives the Fed enough breathing room to maybe not raise rates and have the same effects as rates, or maybe Yellen's just trying to talk up rates while keeping the dollar subdued. The reality is that the strength in the dollar has put some weakness into the U.S. Economy, and everything that's going on in Greece right now. If you do raise rates, how is the effect of Greece leaving the Eurozone or possibly defaulting, or whatever happens with Greece? How is that going to play out into the Eurozone, and what are those effects going to be on the U.S. economy? So right now we're in a holding period, and as we get closer to the end of the year, I think it's highly unlikely that we're going to be able to raise rates because we're going into the winter season, and 2016 is a presidential election. So are they going to raise rates and rock the market, possibly rock the market ahead of elections? I think it's highly unlikely. The strength in the dollar has obviously been a political drag. We saw a leaked news article out of France at the last G7 meeting where Obama said that, supposedly said that it's one of his major economic concerns. A few days prior to that, we saw Christine Lagarde from the IMF come out and state that raising interest rates would be a drag on the global economy, and the strength in the dollar is very concerning also. So this is kind of the world that we live in right now. A lot of political anguish against strength in the U.S. currency and the rollover effects that that's going to have on the global economy. So overall, I'm kind of neutral on the dollar index, but ultimately, if rates do go up, I would suspect that the dollar would go up much, much higher. So if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call. Dan Pavlonis, Senior Market Strategist. Thanks.
May involve substantial risk and may not be suitable for all investors.